Hello dear students, welcome to the class of Health and Physical Education, Unit 9, Psychology and Sports. And this which we are going to learn, this is the last topic of this unit, that is management of adolescent problem. In the last topic we have learned the problems which was being suffered by this adolescent stage, or that is for the children of 13 to 19 years, what the problem they used to suffer. And today we are going to learn that is managing their problems. So let's see that how we can manage the adolescence problem. So let's have with the introduction that adolescence is a stage of the stress, tension and anxiety. It depends on the environment which is being provided to the teenagers. The teenagers who are given good and healthy environment, they faces very few problems. There is no denying the fact that this is a stage full of problems. If the problems are not set at the rest, the result may be terrible. So here you know that this age, that is from 13 to 19 years, this is a stage of an children who used to have a lots of problem, tension, stress due to many of the changes which used to go in their body. Physical changes used to take place, mental also problems arises, emotional problems also arises. There may be a social problem, there will be a problem of their behavior. Everything used to come across when they are having such types of when they are going across to this phase of their life. So here it is very much necessary that they must get an healthy environment. If they have got a good environment, if they are being nourished well, if they are being properly guided, then there will be very few problems in their life. So here, because as we know that this adolescent is a time period, or it is a phase, it is full of problems, and if the problems are not solved during the time period, then the results may be very much terrible. So this is what the adolescent related to the adolescence is. The parents and teachers can help the youngsters sort out their problems. Though it is difficult task, yet if done sincerely and it with the dedication, the problems can be overcome easily. The following are the solutions to these problems. There are the various solutions for this problem. So each and everyone, either the parents and the teachers, they must help these youngsters, those who are having this age of 13 to 19 years, because they are suffering from a very they are suffering from the changes in their life which used to go. This is the main important phase of their life, which there used to consist of the lots of changes going on in the body, and due to that the proper guidance must be provided, healthy environment must be given to such of the children, so that we can overcome from the various problem and they can be helped well. So what are the problems are being faced, how we can manage these problems? That first point is been given as provided professional guidance. Professional guidance must be provided, that why it happens, how it happens. The teacher should provide a vocational guidance to the adolescent. So here the point is been given related to the providing of the vocational guidance. The teacher should provide the vocational guidance to the adolescent. These guidance should be provided keeping in their view of the intelligent capability, attitude and interest. Everything must be kept in mind, and the proper guidance must be given to the children of this age. This guidance is must, because many of the adolescents fail to select their vocations. Now, according to Kashyap and Pure says that vocational education and vocational guidance is of extremely great importance during the high school period. That is, during the period of high school period, that means for those children, those who are suffering from those who are going through this phase of this adolescent, at that time vocational guidance is must. Proper guidance must be given so that they can get the knowledge what is going on in their life, what are the changes are going on, and according to that they may overcome from their many of the problems. Second point, it is been given that provide moral and religious education. This is very much essential, because in during this time period there is lots of changes is going on in their mind. There is a positive and negativity also in their behavior, it has been found. So moral and the religious education should be provided to this adolescent. Religious and moral education will give them the mental peace. That means when it is been given a religious and the moral education is been given, then their mind will be at rest. Although religious education should not be provided in educational curriculum. Religious education is not needed in their curriculum, in their syllabus. Yet it is better to provide it at home. But the moral education should be imparted in the educational institute. Moral education is must. So that's why I hope so that you might be having in class 8th, in class 7th, we are having Dharam Shiksha. That is moral education is must. Through the moral education, some problems like indiscipline, anxiety, and worry can be tackled easily. That means that these subjects are being taught, the moral education is being taught, so that there are these problem which the children of this age suffers, they may overcome from this type of problem like indiscipline, anxiety, and worry, and which can be sorted out. Then third point, it is been given as a social education. It is must to provide a social education. Social education is also important in adolescence. They must get the proper knowledge about the society, that what is going on, where do they stand, what are their responsibilities, what are their role for the society. That means that proper education related to the society must be given, as we know that the social virtues are very much necessary to lead a social life. So these virtues should be taught through the social education. They should be taught how to adjust themselves in a society. It is a fact that the man is a social animal. His existence depends on the society, but too much dependency is not good for the leading a good life. If they are being too much depend on the society, then it is not good for their life. So here they must learn how to adjust themselves. There are the good values, the virtues they must learn, that how they, when they are going out of the home, then how may they must behave with the others. As a matter of fact, the adolescent is a stage full of struggles, tension, and anxiety. So the proper attention should be paid on the problems of the adolescent, so that their development could be proper. Parents and teachers should always try to solve their problems, so that they could be given the valuable contribution in the development and upliftment of their nation in future. So here there is a role of the teacher and the parents also. They must pay focus on the children's of this age. This when they are suffering from many of the problems, they must be, these problems must be sort out, or must be solved, so that they may not suffer more problem during this phase of their life. Then fourth point we are having, that is empathy and broad mindset of parent. Empathy must be shown, broad mindset of the parent must be there. They must not always stick to their decisions. The parent must not always stick to their decision, whatever is given they, everyone has to follow, because they, parents also must think that the children have now grown up, now they are also having their life. So whatever the uh, if whatever they are sharing with their parent, they must listen carefully. If they are having any problem, then they should help them to solve the problem. So every parent has a different outlook towards the parenting. A healthy relationship between the child and the parent is most essential during the teenager years. Communication is a key to develop for developing a rapport, with a result in the child feeling comfortable talking to their parents. So there must be no gap between the parents and a child at this age, because the child must be able to share freely with their parents what are the problem they are suffering. The finding the correct balance between being a friend and a parent is important, as will help to develop the required rapport. For example, the teens facing the body images concern like being too fat, too skinny, too tall, or too short will benefit from the balanced approach towards the parenting. Whatever the problem they are suffering, if they used to talk to their parents really related to the problems or the changes which are going on in their body, and if they used to talk with their parents, then definitely a good relation can be developed, and they can overcome from these problems which they used to suffer during this phase. Be their best friend and guide them without being demanding. The years between the 13 to 19 years are usually classified as a turbulent times, that is troublesome time, as the children are going. Many growth changes physically and mentally also used to go. So one of the best option is to approach these concerns with empathy and love. That means not always by scolding to their child, or not listening to them, not giving the respect to their children. This is not the way to deal with the children of this age of 13 to 19 years. They must also listen to their problems, what the problems they are suffering, what are the changes are going on in their mind as well as in their body. They must listen to them. They must show the empathy and love toward their children. So then these problems can be overcome. Fifth point we are having, that is adequate liberty or independence. They must be given an adequate independence or liberty. Adolescents want freedom in every phase of the life. This they wish to express their views independently. They should be given the proper chance to express their feelings and expression. They should be allowed to go for a picnic and other recreational activities. Orders should not be imposed on them. Parents should try to understand the sentiments of the adolescent. So here they must be given the independence. If they want to go along with their friends, no doubt they must allow them. Either it may be for the picnic or any for the recreational activities. Whatever the feelings the children are having, they must their feeling must be understood, or that means that must be empathized. The parents should try to understand the sentiments of this adolescent or their children. Then sixth point we are having, to provide the sustainable environment in the house and school. Proper environment must be given in house, either in house and in the school also. Adolescents should be provided the suitable environment for growth and the development of the home and school. Adolescents should be provided proper facilities and opportunities for development. They must get a good facility for so that they can get in various opportunities to develop themselves and to move further in their life, so that they can develop their future also. They should be taught how to behave and live. They should be provided balanced diet at home and should be taught how to behave, and should be provided suitable and healthy environment at house and school. The main thing is that the children of this age of 13 to 19 years, or the adolescent period, they must be provided a good environment, a healthy environment must be provided. So either it may be at home or it may be at school. A balanced diet must be given during this time period, so that their thoughts are also being developed in accordingly. Then next point we are having, that is friendly behavior. When the interests of the adolescent do not match with the interests of the family members and the teachers, a kind of misunderstanding is created. You know that during this time period, when you are having the suffering from this or you are moving towards this phase of this adolescent, mostly they like only whatever the whatever they used to talk along with their friends. They like to talk with their friends only. Whatever the decisions are being given, they that means that their thought do not match with their family members and or the teachers, because their thoughts are matched with their friends only. So a kind of misunderstanding is being created with the teachers as well as the family members. This result in an emotional instability like anger, jealousy and hatred, etc., and bigger problem among this adolescent. They may even adopt an anti-social practice due to misunderstanding. Anti-social practice, for this the parent, teacher and the adult have to understand their feelings, need and the demand, and try to create a better atmosphere for the mutual understanding, and also counsel them. Many times it requires, the counseling is required for such types of children, those who are having the behavior problem, or this behavior problem is due to the misunderstanding which has been created by the children, not by the teachers or the family members. This is the misunderstanding created by the children of this age. So they must learn, they must be counseled properly, they must be guided properly by the parents and the teachers, so that they can get a good environment, and they may also do not face any problem during this time period. Then next point we are having, that is education for the motor development. An adolescent should be provided the education for his motor development. He should be encouraged to play various games and sports. Through these games and sports, his motor development will take place properly. So here motor development education is must, because you may find out that if they are not getting the proper activities or exercise is not been given during this time period, then their body may remain flabby, that they may remain unstructured, they may get fat accumulation, and due to that this is also going to suffer in future. They are going to suffer in future. So according to B N Ja says that if left unexercised at this stage, a flabby constitution for the rest of the life results. And due to such types of if they do not focus on their health, or they do not focus on the different types of activities or exercise or the movement of their body, then they may suffer from many of the problems. They may invite many of the disease also, and that is going to result in their future also, which may create problem in their future. So education for the motor development is must. Then education of psychology. The teacher and the parents should have the basic knowledge about the psychology. They should be able to understand the psychology of the adolescent. It is essential to sort out the problems and their management. They should provide the knowledge of psychology and adolescent. Proper knowledge about the behavior of the children. The parents and the teacher, they must be having this basic knowledge about the behavior or the mindset of a child. They should provide them a proper guidance of the psychology to the adolescent, because many of the problem can be solved by the adolescent himself. The next point we are having, that is sex education. We have been living in a such type of society where sex education is not provided properly. However, it should be taught in the school and colleges. An adolescent has an attraction for the opposite sex. So most of these adolescents develop the wrong concept about this sex. So teacher as well as the parents should provide the sex education to the adolescent without hesitation. During this time period, this sex education must be provided to the children, so that because they are having a misconception related to this or related to the about sex. So what happens, the teacher as well as the parents, they should provide the proper knowledge or proper education related to sex to the adolescent without hesitation, so that they may not depend upon others and may not resort to the cheap literature. Otherwise what happens, they used to read many of the things, they used to see many of the things either in the videos or movies, and might be they may be having a misconception related to that, and they should be allowed to move freely and mix up with the opposite sex. So that means that there must not be any of the bars for them, bars or for them, so that they should not move for with others. So here the proper knowledge related to this sex education must be provided to the children, so that they may not have any type of misconception. So these are the points which we have discussed related to the management, how we are going to manage the problems which the adolescent used to suffer, and we have learnt this. And you can prepare the notes on the basis of this. From my side, this much. Thank you everyone. Thank you.